Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. We start with Dhyana Sloka of Gita. Om Padhaya Pratibodhita Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Kratitam Puranam Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Mridavaishinim Bhagavati Ashtadashadyayini Ambadvamanusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshini Yem Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutara Sunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangamadakpramo Panishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastitadargatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidosura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Shall we have a recapture of the previous chapters and come back to the glories of Īśvara? We should have started with how to make Arjuna see the entire army. Stapaya, Ratham Stapaya, in the right place where you have to stay with the chariot. Then after looking at that, then Arjuna is having a lot of doubts, seeing after the elders and his teachers in the army field. So that is the sorrow of Arjuna, and he just puts on everything and he doesn't want to fight against the other army side. Then Krishna wanted him to fight and do the proper Kshatriya dharma. So he started with the second chapter where you see Arjuna questioning how to fight, where to fight, and then what are the facilities that makes me to fight over here, because everything will be lost in, all the people will be lost in the army and all the kula will be destroyed in the process of fighting. So the second chapter is talking about Atma Vidya. More or less like Atma Vidya, where you start with Chita Prajnasya Ka Bhasha, when Krishna is talking about the wise person, whether he will eat, whether he will speak, or whether he will conduct the day-to-day activities. Like that, he starts questioning, and Krishna has to answer very briefly, like what you see in few verses, like Vasamsi Jirnani Yada, that one where you change your body after your death. Na hanyate hanyamane shariri. Already you are death only, but still you have to fight. All those Atma Jnanam he is giving in the second chapter, a very long chapter, which connects about 72 verses. And when you come to the third chapter, Krishna is talking about karma. Should have seen about, even in the second chapter, he gives a bit about karmanye vadikaraste mapalesh. Like that, he starts with the second chapter and third chapter completely karma yoga. And in the fourth chapter, Arjuna is having a doubt again by doing karma, accepting karma and returning back the pala of that karma. What should I do? The third chapter, Akartha Bhava. And he goes with the 4th chapter also along with that. And in the 5th chapter, he is talking about sannyasa. Because I'm not going to do any karma, then shall I go to Rishikesh and get sannyasa? So again, he starts with sannyasastu mahabaho. 4th chapter and the 5th chapter, he starts with Shringan, Jigran, Unmission, Nimission. Now, whether like the same thing with the Chitaprajnasya Kabhasha, whether he will wink his eyes, whether he will eat, whether he will open his mouth, it is getting alternative, involuntary, it is happening with us. Nothing, we are doing anything to open our eyelids and open it. Everything is automatically doing. And Krishna gives a brief explanation in the 5th chapter also. And towards the end of the 5th chapter, he talks about meditation and contemplation. The beauty of Gita is in every chapter, at the end of the verse, at the end of the chapter, the last verse will give a prelude to this 2nd chapter. 2nd chapter, last verse will give a prelude to the 3rd chapter. Like that, it goes on. And in the 5th chapter, he talks about meditation and contemplation, how to meditate, where to sit, and what is the right place. All those things is explained in the 6th chapter. And then in the 7th chapter and 8th chapter and 9th chapter, up to this 6th chapter, it is Tvampada. And in the second one, from the 6th to 12th chapter, what you are seeing is Tatpada Vichara. Then finally, you have the combination of Tattva and Tvam and Asi. So you get everything connected together. From the 7th, 8th, and 9th chapter, Krishna is talking about the manifestation or creation. When you see the 7th chapter, last verse, he talks about the Prayana Kala. What are the things I should do when I want to go in which path, which marga? And in the 9th chapter, towards the end of it, he is talking about Mam Meva Mava Bhaktaha, Manmana Bhava Bhaktaha. He is talking about towards the end of it. So like that, he keeps on explaining about all those things. Suddenly, there will be a change from the 6th chapter, because up to the 6th chapter, only he is talking about Tvampada, everything, this, like that. From 7 and 8 and 9, he talks about the material, manifestation or creation. Swamiji generally, he doesn't use the word creation. He wanted to use the word manifestation. Now, when you come to 9th chapter, Krishna is giving a clear picture of prayer, devotion, a devotee. Maybe you should have seen all those things. Patram, Palam, Toyam, all those things offering to Īśvara. And then about all the details, how to pray, you please give all the karmas, what you are doing to me. I will take you in the right path towards this knowledge. So that completes with the 9th chapter. And in the 10th chapter, he starts with a verse called as keeping all the 3, 7, 8, and 9. He says the whole entire universe is the creation of God, manifestation of God. Īśvara is the material cause of the world, of the universe. When the material cause is Īśvara, then the effect will also be the same Īśvara. So what is the glory of that Īśvara? That he is going to speak in the 10th chapter. So the glory of the entire universe, the cosmic personification of the entire universe. You will see that in Purusha Shuktam. The whole thing, I may be reading a few of the verses from Purusha Shuktam also, Virat Rupa. What do you call it as? The entire universe is called as Virat Rupaha. So here also in the 10th chapter, the glory of this entire universe is explained. And Krishna doesn't say that I am the only person, I am the part of every glory in this universe. And he also reveals in the 10th chapter about the Vibhuti Yoga. The title is Vibhuti and Yoga. Vibhuti is manifestation. Yoga is power of manifestation. Suppose if I see what a beautiful, the fall we see, no, that is also Īśvara. Suppose even the things which we do not recognize as a good behavior or something else, that is also Īśvara. That is what we call it as complete, what do you call it as, entire universe or entire human being is one among the Īśvara. You can call it like that. So that he is going to explain in the 10th chapter from 8th or 9th verse, I think so. So from the second chapter, he is the 10th chapter, who is going to talk about the universe and the creation and the glory. For that, he has to bring in the different ways how he has to explain to him the knowledge, the clear knowledge of what is that I consciousness, like that. Now he is giving an idea to Arjuna that the sages who were living before, they don't know about this knowledge at all. The knowledge which I am going to give you is a very rare knowledge which will make you to come out of samsara. And then he is talking about the different Purusha, Sapta Rishis also he is talking about. And then Sanakas also, the Dakshinamurti Sanakas also he is talking about. Then he talks in one of few verses, devotee. Who is a true devotee? Now, generally we see people know they offer Krishna. When they are devotee of Krishna, they do everything to Krishna. They talk to Krishna, they give dress to Krishna, they feed Krishna. Now, all this is Saguna Brahma Upasana. It is good, but first initial thing we need to have Saguna Brahma Upasana. Then Krishna says that God, his particular compassion in bringing about the change in the human mentality to give out this knowledge, like a wig in the lamp. The wig should be completely soaked in oil, like rasagulla soaked in sugar syrup. In the same way, the knowledge should be soaked completely. So like that, he is giving all these flowery words to Arjuna, telling, if you are going to listen to me and know about this knowledge, you will be ready to fight. He wanted him to fight, so he is giving all these flowery words. Then after giving that, Arjuna is very fond of knowing what is that knowledge which is very rare, what you are going to do. Now, in that context only, Krishna is going to talk about different ways in which the glory is personified in the entire universe, or the Puranic stories, what is like what he is going, Omkara, Akarasya Omkara. We'll read out that verse, and then Prahalada, and then about some in grammar, in samasa, among the samasas, I am the Dvandva samasa. Among the Vedas, I am Sama Veda. And then among the water in the reservoirs, I am the ocean. Like that, he keeps on explaining about all the different glories, and he is not exhausted. He is stopping at one level, and he wanted to complete the other glories in a different way. Like that, he keeps on explaining about all these things. Now, when Arjuna was about to listen to this, he had a doubt, why can't I do Upasana in one of these and come out with this knowledge? So he is asking Krishna to explain all those things and try to explain the glories of this entire universe. Now, Krishna says finally that not that I am going to tell me as a God, but you are also a part of me. Krishna, I consciousness, I am the Bijam. I am responsible for everything, whether it is good or bad or worst, I am there. You have to see the Samatva Bhava. All are one. Like what Swamiji says in Aim for Seva, Irpadellam Irevani. One consciousness which is in everybody. We should not see a difference between one and the other. There is no dvandva. Church should not be like that. He keeps on explaining in the last 15 to 24 or 25 verses. He is explaining about all the glories that is happening in the entire universe, what and all that happened, and that is not going to happen. All those things he is going to explain in the 10th chapter, which is called as Glory of Īśvara. Now, when you look at the entire verse of the 10th chapter, the first, second, and third chapter, Krishna is talking about this knowledge. What is this knowledge which you should know? Then, after that, he is talking about the benefit of this knowledge. What are the benefits of knowing the glories of Īśvara? Then he is talking about the devotee. Who is a devotee and what type of worship he should do? Whether it is Saguna Brahma or Nirguna Brahma. When you are doing Saguna Brahma, definitely he will take you to the Nirguna Brahma. There is no say over there. Like that, he is explaining in a few verses of the 10th chapter. That is from 8 to 9 or 8, 9, and 10. Then after seeing this, Arjuna has got, I should know what he is talking about, what is that knowledge. Then he is telling, tell me in a brief, Vistarane, tell me elaborately what are the benefits of knowing this knowledge and what is the glory you are going to see. Then Krishna says, okay, I'll tell you all those things. All those things he sees from 19 verse to 43 verses. He is talking about the entire glory of the Virat or Vishwarupa Darshanam. So this chapter is called as Vibhuti Yoga. Now in the coming chapter also you will see, in the 11th chapter, you will see the Vishwarupa Darshanam. And in the 12th chapter also, you will see the Bhakti Yoga. So 9th chapter also more or less Bhakti. And then here in between, he is talking about himself in the way that glories of this entire universe. And then 11th chapter, you will see an elaborate description where Arjuna will be just worried why Krishna is taking this Vishwarupa and then come back to your original position. He will be telling all the beautiful verse. And then 12th chapter, he will be again talking about Bhakti Yoga. Then 13th chapter, values, like that it goes. So we have started with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Up to that, completely Bhakti only. And among Krishna, he is talking about, I myself as the conscious being, you are not away from me, you are a part of me. Talking about the material cause and then the cause and the effect. Manifestation. We don't call it as creation, we call it as manifestation. When you know this knowledge, Basmatam Kurute. You should have studied about this Basmatam Kurute. Now, when you know about this knowledge, all your karmas will be burnt. Like that, he's talking in the previous chapters also. And he's also talking about this Paritranaya Sadhunam, Yada Yada Dharmasya. All those things he talks about. Whenever there is a deformity in the Dharma, definitely there will be a reincarnation. Like that, he keeps on talking and come to the 10th chapter. All this he has told earlier itself. Then he comes to the 10th chapter. So this chapter is called Vibhuti Yoga, which is called as the power manifestation and the power of manifestation. Thank you. Thank you. What is that? Devotion. Devotion. We thought when we look at Gita, the Gita is always a beautiful text. To our experience, we started listening with Gita. Gita is suited for all. Whether you are a grihastha or you are a teenager or you are trying to seek moksha. Even they talk about management in Gita. Even though it is a moksha shastra, they take points from Gita to talk about management, how to manage, how to form the strategies. All these are, Gita has taken it up. So when you look at the glories of Īśvara, Bhopado yasya nabhivyada suranila chandra suryau sanetre karnavasa sirodhyau mukamapi dagano yasya vasteyamabdihi andastam yasya vishwam suranaragagago vigandharva daityaihi chitram ram ramyadetam tribhuvana vapusham vishnumisham namami. So that is the glory. That the head is the above, feet is the earth, Madhya is thing, two eyes are the Chandra and the Surya. The whole Virat is worshipped as the Vishwa. That is the glory. Everything, plants, the bladder is the ocean. For Bhagavan's bladder is the ocean. The whole Virat Upasana, that is what she was talking about, the Upasana there. The Virat Upasana. Very interestingly, the Gita is beautifully divided as Tat, Tvam, Asi, it should be, but we have Tvam, Tat and Asi. It is little shifted there. Talking about the Tvam we know who are you, what are you, why I am, all those. Every one of us have the limitations that insecurity problem, all these things he addresses that Kama Yesha, Krodha Yesha, Rajoguna, all how the desire comes and what happens at the end. Karmanye Vadika Raste, which he was pointing out. And then he shifts to the Tatpada and describes Bhagavan that. When he is describing Bhagavan there, Arjuna gets a doubt. What is this Bhagavan? When you're talking so much of this Īśvara's glory, Yenmana, Bhaktaha, Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Thoyam, Sutre, Manigana, Iva, all those things are coming there. He wants to know what is this Īśvara. So in the 10th chapter, the Īśvara is expanded and shown what it is. Anything exalted in the Jagat is Īśvara. So when you have the beautiful in Kanyakumari, you will see that. The three ocean, Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean and Arab, all there is a connection. There you have the Kanyakumari and we have the temple there. So we exalt it with the temple. Ganga is another temple there for us. Even this Omkareshwar in Madhya Pradesh, again it's a come up with the rivers are meeting, one temple there. So people thought if there's any exalted place, we should have a temple. And then we started building the story around all these things. We took the story, but we left the spirit. That is the problem now. We took we spun the stories, like the Indra took that, Vajra Aida, the spine, the Virat Sura, and then that becomes the Īśvara. Then it's all there. You all be reading that. Daityanam Prahalladaha. We took Prahallada, but when we didn't know that the tapas that he made, the tapas that Prahlada made and went through all the difficulties to know Īśvara. So that's how it is expanded, and we all know the story. Then this is all this Ganga is most exalted, and then Vainateya, and then Makaraha, among all the reptiles, I am Makara, he says. Why all these things? Look, everything as Īśvara. Manifestation of Īśvara. The government, what they back in India, they do is the PW department take the place. Any exalted place, the PWT office is that. And then they do. That is the problem. Beautiful shore in Tiruchendur, people were telling, very recently they were telling that it has been spoiled. The ocean side, beautiful temple. They have spoiled that also. We have to have the reverence to it. We have to thank Modi for really working on cleaning the Ganga. The reverence comes only when we understand the Īśvara there. That Īśvara reverence has to come, then we will know the understanding of it. That is why that Tatpada is given that importance. Every glory is Īśvara. When there is a beautiful dancer, it is Īśvara there. When somebody studies nicely, great scholar, is the vibhuti of the Īśvara there.
If somebody is very beautiful, that is also Īśvara's vibhuti. It is not mine. That mine is not that. Recently, somebody was telling the contour of our earlier actor, Vaijayanti Mala. The actual contour is in medical school, it seems. If you need a face, the perfect face, they say it is I heard it very recently. Last week, somebody was telling that Vaijayanti Mala face, vibhuti of Īśvara. What happens is when we have this idea, the jealousy goes. The jealousy goes, and envy is okay, but then envy should not convert it into jealousy. Every beauty there, everything that is there in Īśvara is the vibhuti. That vibhuti we have to see that. That requires that reverence. That is why that Īśvara bhava has to come. That's why we say that bringing Īśvara into one's life. In that difficulty is also Īśvara. Dhuyatam, no? In that dice game, he said, that is also me. I only went and triggered there, no? I only went and triggered there. And then the dice has to come, no? With all two, I don't know what the number there. Two, it has to come. So that Dharmaputra has to lose. That is also mine. Dhuyatam manachalatam. He says, the dutam, that in that game, gamble game, it is me. Then all of us accept it. It has to be accepted. Even that anger, he said, it's mine. Women, all the Kirti, Vak, Sri, all are me. It is me. It is me. He says, it is not egoistic. The me refers to that consciousness. That is we call it as the glory of the Īśvara. That's why every glory belongs to him. The foliage is his glory. That is why you see the beautiful colors there. It seems the plant will stop their production. They stop cooking. They stop cooking before the winter comes in. And that's the original color they give out. Beautiful colors, orange, red, and it's a feast to the eyes. So that's again, that foliage is also the Īśvara's vibhuti. Swamiji, they put a fantastic show, he will say. We never thought that we will come and see when we heard these things, but he gave us an opportunity to come and see that also. We never thought that we would see that when he said that it will put a fantastic show, he said. Anything that is exalted and done is all Īśvara's glory. Knowing this glory, what I am going to do. Okay, it is that. It is that big things or that beautiful climate, beautiful that. Every bird is beautiful, right? Every bird's activity. I saw one of the things in that bird, I don't forget which bird it is. It builds a nest, and then to avoid the snake to take its egg, it has another room there in the nest. So once the snake enters the front door, there is no egg there. And it doesn't know the other path to the next room where the bird has get the eggs. Mm-hmm. And it is protected by the bird. Where did that bird get that knowledge? Where did it get it? It's all the vibhuti of Īśvara. The nest that they build is again the vibhuti of Īśvara. Look at everything as Īśvara. That is what he says in the 10th chapter. Look at everything. When some child is studying nicely, take it as the vibhuti of Īśvara. Don't compare with our children. That is the thing. Somebody had a question on comparison. Comparison is not correct. That is why he brings in and says, I am Dvandva Samasa. In Dvandva Samasa, both the nouns are given equal importance. Nothing is more or less. Both are the same in Dvandva Samasa. That is why he says, Samasanam Dvandvaha Aham. Very beautifully he says, Jashanam, everything, and that Sarpa also, this Naganam, cool. It's very cool. And then He is Nirgunam Brahma. He can lie simply. And then the Saguna Brahma goes on with only with his blessing, it goes. But then he lies in the serpent bed, happily shayanam, okay? Not caring, very beautifully in a milky way, okay? Somebody was telling to escape from the mosquito, we have to go to that Parkadal, no? That milky way. Kailasha, there is no, we have to go and sit that in India, way back in India. They made a sloka on this. I should go and sit there because there will be no mosquito mashakas there. So that is very coolly he sits and then he enjoys the Saguna Brahma because he is Nirguna. So that the way to look at these glories is the Upasana point also comes in. So that we have to bring it as the devotee, the Upasana, worship, Bhaj Sevayam, to serve, Bhaj to serve, not only to Īśvara, but also to father, mother, Raja, teacher, everybody, okay? The one's own Swadharma has to be there. That is also a seva there. Bhaj Sevayam. Swaswarupa Anusandhanam. That is the devotee there. Swaswarupa Anusandhanam. Somebody was earlier when we were all getting into the spiritual thing, they were telling that is their swabhava to get angry, just ignore it. Swabhava. But then I have to think in what is this swabhava? Then the point clicking. When you know your swarupa, the swabhava can be changed. Once you know the swarupa, the swabhava can be changed. If I am very jealousy, that is my swabhava means it's not correct. Once I understand my swarupa and other swarupa are one and the same, the jealousy disappears that. That is the swaswarupa anusandhanam is the upasana part that, where you look into yourself, you look into yourself and see the glories of the Īśvara and meditate upon. Why this glory is to have that upasana part. That's why Krishna wants to put Arjuna into the upasana part. Look at the glories. Even still, Arjuna is not satisfied. That pratyaksha buddhi is for us. Let me see what it is. Let me see what it is. Pratyaksham. Can I see it? That is the problem. Then Krishna has to show his original format. What was his original format was he has to show the other side also. Like no Duryodhana getting crushed. All his great people are going there inside the mouth. And Arjuna says, no, I don't want this vision. I don't want this. Please come back to your original form. The glories represent only for us to be sensitive. When you pluck a leaf or when you pull a tree on the way, no, when you pull the branch. So that you have to get this sensitivity for every living being. So the glories of the Lord gives that sensitivity in us, not to harm others. The biggest sannyasa dharma is we declare we are not going to harm anybody. Ahimsa is total in the sannyasa dharma. Total. That's why we were telling the other day, no judgment. That's why to a sadhu you can say anything. They will not judge you. Otherwise, no, we have a reservation when we talk to another person. There will be some judgment about me. If I tell this, what they will think of me, what they will judge about me. This kind will not be there in the sadhutvam because they declare that ahimsa. The glory of Īśvara, the knowledge of the glory of Īśvara gives you that sensitivity that when you look at a living object or anything, or trees or plants, no, you'd have that sensitivity. Sometimes the children may provoke us, no, we have the background there. They have the background. The devotee has to come in when we play a role, when you play a role of a father, mother, sister, husband, wife. grandfather, grandchildren, grand employer, employee. You have that different roles. Behind the roles, the devotee has to be there. The one who relates with the Īśvara. The one who relates to the Īśvara is the devotee who does not have any kind of agenda. He doesn't have any agenda. That devotee has to be behind us when we are interacting in the world. That is why the glories of the Īśvara has to be profoundly understood. It has to be seen thoroughly so that you become more sensitive in each situation. We don't get angry, we don't see that, we don't get angry, you don't cause angry for others. Very sensitizing, but it is very difficult in the initial stage. Once we try to look at the Ishvara's point of view, it can be done. That Swarupa Anusandhanam, the word, that Swarupa, you take it up, then these things become easy and you really appreciate the glories of Ishvara. And we know that the types of bhakti we know. No, we all know. What are the bhaktis? We all know, right? What are Kirtanam, all those things come. Navada bhakti. That's the bhakti which we look into. But when these are all in the Puranic, okay? That is also good for some time. And then Chaturvida Bhaja Bhaktema, we have Arti, Artharti, Jignasu, and Jnani. So these are the bhakta. The one who prays in distress and one who prays for, I want artha, money. Okay, we take a business and then we make a lot of money. And what we do, we go and tell Tirupati Balaji, I will come and give you so much. Very beautifully, our Tattvananda was telling, when he was growing up, it seems he prayed for one coconut. I break one coconut if I pass this exam. So he went and told his mom, I wanted to break a coconut. So mom said, wait. And then she has to prepare a chutney. And then they bought a coconut and she called him when he was playing. He said, cut the coconut. Oh, cut it. Okay, this is done. So your coconut breaking is done. Go and play now. So this is, we all take, this is the Artha Bhakti. They have a bargaining business relationship with Bhakta. And then this distress, who is the example for distress Bhakta is our Draupadi. When she was really into a distress, she has to cry out to Krishna. All of us do that also, right? In distress, we all say Krishna only, So she has to cry out to Krishna and call him. Of course, Krishna came in that story format and then he helped. Swamiji used to make a joke about this. The huge pile of saris were there, it seems. And then the saris were cut and given to the Kauravas. And then when the Kauravas wrapped the sari around them, they all disappeared. Because it is Maya. It is Maya, so it's all disappeared. Huge. That's why our distress person is Draupadi. So she gives it. But who is a good bhakta is a Jignasu. How to get the Jignasu is from freedom. All of us wanted freedom. Freedom from what? That's the question we all started in our life. Freedom from what? Freedom from many things. Insecurity, limitations, all we can bring everything, height, weight, color, my whatever things, money is not enough. Everybody is enjoying that. I am not enjoying it. All stuff comes in there. I wanted to get rid of all these things. Is the freedom that? The freedom from all these things. Even some Swamiji used to make a joke. He had a lady, I have to share because you can enjoy the evening. He had a devotee, and then she called him for a bhiksha, and then she went. And what is your income? No, I am a beautician. Okay, but beautician, what do you do? No, Swamiji, I am a beautician. Then Swamiji insisted, what are you doing? She said, no, Swamiji, I correct the eyebrows of the people and then I make money. Swamiji, oh my God, by correcting one's eyebrows, you are making so much of money. So our complex becomes an income for the other people. Okay. It becomes an income for the other people. These complexes, freedom. Leave it as it is, as the nature. That's the moksha. Now, after understanding this, what should I do for this is the jignasu. I have to learn. What I should learn? My Swarupa I have to learn. I have to see what is my Swarupa. Once the Swarupa is understood, the glories are understood, we become very sensitive. Then what is that song, Chakkani Rajamargulu. Okay? The whole path is a royal road. We can really enjoy with money, without money, with comfort, without comfort, with children, without children. Everything is fine because everything is Īśvara and there is no second thing. Abhayam is not there because there is no second thing. There is only one consciousness which pervades. Abhayam. That Abhayam is the, what is that? No, Dvaitad Bhayam Bhavati. Only when there is a second thing, the fear comes in. Once you know that me and you are one and the same, the bhava is totally different. The bhava is totally different. We accept each other. There's a sensitivity to the environment. So we talk about the environmental protection, no? 10th chapter will also help. Stavaranam Himalaya, he says. The exalted Stavara is Himalayas. Once you try to disturb the environmental, then we know. We are trying to disturbing it also. We become sensitive to everything. Plants, animals, human beings. So that when we appreciate the vibhuti, then you will look at everything as Īśvara's glory. Why? Why that glory is our culture, I'm concluding, our culture is not secular. It is sacred. Everything is sacred to us. We never registered the marriage in India. Now they are doing because they have to come to America. Otherwise, earlier, I think all your parents and grandparents, did they register? They didn't register. They registered in the heart. They registered in the heart. We never had registered marriages. And the culture is very profound. The presentation is very profound. The world is very profound. That is why it is not secular, it is very sacred. Even marriage also is taken as a sacrament. It is a pilgrimage where both of them travel and discover the truth of the life. It's a pilgrimage type where they take as a pilgrim, the whole life is a pilgrimage. That's why sometimes when, both of them come for Vedanta, it is very beautiful to look at it. Swamiji says, if they don't have children, they are for Vedanta. He says, if they don't have children, they are for it is very, he made convictionally, he says, they are for Vedanta, he says, but again, the grace has to be there. The Thoda grace has to be there for them to get the correct guru. That's why the secular is a sacred society, sacred culture. That's why the dance form is also so rich. You can see the richness in that dance form. You can see the temple art are all rich. You cannot do it again. Can we do that Rameshwaram again? I don't think so. The Tanjore big temple, you cannot. All these are all from Ishvara's vibhutis. It has all come out. That's why we are struggling very hard to protect for the younger generations also. That secular, we don't have it. We have only everything as sacred. Nadi is sacred. Everything is sacred. And we have animals also sacred. Okay, we have what is that? We have that dog we have, no? Not getting the name, no. They have temple, no? Oh my God, I'm not getting it.
Bhairava.
Bhairava, Kala Bhairava, exactly. Kala Bhairava. Each god is given a what you call vehicle. We have mouse, we have temple, everything we have. Everything is Īśvara. That is why gods are with many weapons, not for others, for our own ego. To take our own ego only, the gods are having weapons, not for others' sake. Enemy is not outside, enemy is within us. That all the ripus are within us, and we think the ripus are outside. Ripus are inside us. That is why the enemy part, that's why Diwali we are doing, right? Annihilation of all our non-thinking. And then you start a new day, fresh. Every year we are doing it. Every year we are doing. Somebody was telling, let me go and dip in Ganga, come back and do some papa, again go back and dip in. This doesn't work out. And Ganga Mata says, oh, please, if all these people are putting their papa in me, what should I do? Then they say, no problem, Mama. After 12 years, all the atheists will come and take bath in your Ganga, then you will get purified. That is why every 12 years you have that Kumbh Mela, right? Where all the atheists come and have their dip. So everything is looked as the Īśvara there. We have temples for Akasha, Vayu. We have Chidambaram. Akasha. When Swamiji was very young, he went and saw somebody took his relative, and then he wanted to know what is that secret of this temple. And then there was a big screen there. And then he was waiting. And then they lifted the screen and they showed the Harati. Okay? Nothing was there. Only a Bilva Mala was there. Then he asked his host, he was 13-year-old. So, yeah, what is the secret? That is the secret. Nothing is there, is the secret. It took for me 2 decades to understand that, he said. What is this space? So that space comes in that. That is also the glory of Īśvara. Kalahasti we have. Kalahasti for act. Small lamp is kept inside. You have that. You should have read it in earlier. Then yata ningate in your meditation. Your mind should be in that firm without moving. So Kalahasti, the lamp is kept in a place adequately air so that it is not put off. Should not be put off. So that's how we keep it like that. Then Tiruvane Kaval for water, Tiruvannamalai for air, and Kanchi for Prithvi.
Fire, Tiruvannamalai
For fire. And Kanchi for Prithvi. All these are all glories, and we have the glories in places, in Nadi, in plants. Why? Because we have to become very sensitive. And when you start the upasana of these glories of Īśvara, from the dasoham bhava, you come into soham bhava. I am not different from the plants. My life is not different from the plant's life. My life is not different from the animal's life. All are one and the same. So that Soham Baba gives you the Nirguna Brahma Upasana. From Saguna, appreciating the glories of the Īśvara, you enter into the Nirguna Brahma, understanding that, as Amma said, whatever is Īśvara, not different. We use the word consciousness. Very interestingly, we saw that word Simandam this time. We all do Simandam, right? We all do Simandam for 7th or the 8th month. It's in Bhagavan entered in the center part. That is why we do the Simandam on this area. That's how it is explained in Aitreya Upanishad. Aitreya Upanishad, it is explained. Everything is glory, children or prasada. That is why we name them as Siva Prasad, Rama Prasad, Vishnu Prasad, Krishna Prasad, all prasada of Īśvara. Take into that and appreciate Īśvara. That is why you are going to study the glories of the Īśvara. Take the Upasana part, take the Saguna Brahma, take it as a Upasana. From Dasoham, come into Soham. It will come in. With the grace of Bhagavan, it will come in. So that's the beauty of Gita, giving you this glories of Īśvara so that we are sensitive to everything in this universe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Can we chant the 10th chapter?
Yeah, we can do.
Sure.
We have got the papers. I got the papers. Yeah.
Only one.
If before, can we have some questions before
Yeah,
this?
we'll have.
Yeah, we'll have before this so that,
Well, Bhavna.
Any questions? Hope we made your day.
Yes, yes.
Because Anu and Hari are making effort and our part, we have to contribute, right? We have to contribute. So enjoy Gita. We all love Gita.
Yes.
All time.
All time. It's an all-time favorite for us also. Please go to post. Yeah.
My question is, does mind control buddhi or does buddhi control mind?
Mind is, it's not deciding part. Mind is not the deciding part. It only makes sankalpa, vikalpa, manaha. To do or not to do is the mind. But intellect decides. Intellect decides it. So mind is not giving instruction to intellect. The intellect take the decision from the mind because of sankalpa and vikalpa. Got it?
So some people are more intelligent than others.
Yeah.
Their intellect is more powerful.
Yeah.
So you say
We can look it as a vibhuti of Bhagavan, right?
yes.
We can look it as a Bhagavan's
But
vibhuti.
what
Yeah.
happens in this case is the person with a little less intellect than other people or the others. He will be under the control of mind because his intellect is not powerful. Is that so?
Yeah. See, one thing is, intellect only we all decide a grade for it. We create a margin for this is, if you do this, this is more intelligent. If you do that, that is more, it's not that. The boy was less intelligent, may show somewhere else. He might have somewhere else also. But he has to work with the mind to get into that intellect. That because sankalpa, vikalpa, the decision part, no, to do and that part, that alone we have to look into it.
So are you
Mind is a
saying,
karana. Mind is a karana.
are you saying that intellect cannot work by itself?
It can work.
It can.
It can. It can work.
Mind cannot work by
Yeah,
itself.
yeah,
because
yeah.
It needs a
My interest has to give decision to the mind to work. That's the nischyatabhika buddhi. The intellect part which gives the mind. Yep. Good question.
You said envy should not become jealousy. What is the difference between envy and jealousy?
That's a good question. Can we define envy? You have and I don't have. I'm just envy of it. Jealousy is what you have. I try to do something damage to it. That's the envy part. Envy is, it should not get converted into jealousy. I give small one simple example I'm giving. Okay, some girl is having a long hair. Okay, I have a short hair. I cannot, when she is sleeping, I cannot go and cut the hair. So that is jealousy. I can envy. That's all again on the constitutionally we have. So that's the part. Both we can avoid when we know the Swarupa.
Even both we should avoid.
That's what is. If you know the Swarupa, both can be avoided. I should be happy with what I have.
It's Īśvara Ji.
Yeah. If it is Īśvara, nothing is less and nothing is more. That's it. That's the glory.
So you mean to say that envy will come, which we don't have control on?
How many of us did not have envy?
Yeah, we do. But
Then we all overcome that, right? We accepted the things and then we overcome that, right?
so envy is not something, it's just going to come.
Yeah.
Because by looking into it, because What I
Yeah,
don't have, somebody
Yeah.
else is having. Then jealous, it should not be converted into jealous.
jealous. Yeah,
Okay. So that part is not my control.
we have to be taken care of it. Matsaryam.
Are you saying that envy can continue forever? For
No,
example,
no, it's not.
somebody looks at the beautiful house.
Yeah.
His house is very tiny, so he looks at this beautiful house. So the envy comes there. But he has not done anything. He has that feeling, oh, this is a beautiful house, not mine.
That's it. Enjoy the
every time
vibhuti
that
dharapa.
continues. Jealousy-
Enjoy the vibhuti of that house, what Bhagavan has given to them. That's it.
No, I think
That's
the
it.
question-
Yeah, the question is,
Yeah, my question is that envy, feeling of envy, permanent? Can it be permanent?
it can be, it cannot, if you are a Vedantic student, it will not be
It is
permanent.
not, but if you are not,
If you are not, it has to be
It
there.
will become a jealousy.
Yeah,
If you are not a Vedantic person, it will become a jealousy.
We have to enjoy that.
Correct.
so that makes a karma, and then that brings something, and then the next janma, all then, no, all, you have a series of activity coming up there.
Shine punye madhyalokam.
That is also that.
Gita is the
Very
best.
interestingly, I'll tell a story where, no, it's all in India. The Delhi, this Patpatwala. You're talking about the house, no, I'm telling the same example. This Patpatwala, no, the auto shop, when he goes on the road, everybody shouts Rama, Rama, and then they run because he's so harsh on the road. There was a Pandita there, and he was giving Rama in a pravachanam. And then Kala Dharmaha, both of them died. And then they went to Indraloka. And then the Pandita was walking along with, it's all imagination, okay? Indraloka, and then he was walking along with it. This is whose house? This is a big house. Whose house is this? Oh, this house is that Patpatwala in Delhi, no? That is his house, okay? And then Pandita says, I was doing Rama Pravachanam for such a long time. You gave me a small house, whereas he didn't do anything, but you're giving me a big palace in Indraloka. Indra says, you gave Ramayana Pravachanam only to group of people. Whereas this Patpatwala, when he came on the road, everybody shouted Rama, Rama. So he got a bigger house. See, this is how. Why Swamiji tells this story is, when we all laugh, he will ask a question. What did you accomplish to laugh? With all the commissions and omissions, with all the insecurity and worries, you are able to laugh. That's your Swarupa. That's the Ananda Swarupa that you have. That's your original Swarupa. Once you have that original Swarupa, this no big, enjoy that building, enjoy that house. That is why in India, what they did, some of the palace, they let it out, everybody let get inside and see, like that they have done it. All the king's palace and all,
Yeah,
Mysore Raja
Jaipur
palace and all,
palace.
Jaipur. But I know when we have a big house, we have to look in that way. I can stay only one room, right?
Yeah.
Even if I have 25 rooms in my house, I have to stay only one room, that means that one cot, right? It's all, no, it's all, this is how we Vedantins, no?
So
Life becomes very nice apart with Vedanta. With and without. With big building and without big building also. That we say, no, Tarmule, they sleep on the tree and cow, then no, the hand is the Bhiksha Patram. Take, eat, put it up, and then Kaupina Vandaga, Kalu Bhagyavantaga. They become more, no issue of stealing. No, nobody can steal anything because nothing is with you. Otherwise, all protection, everything has to be there. That's why that giving. But it's a good one. We can envy it. And then maybe if you want the next birth, we'll enjoy with the big house. We'll bless you with that. Envy will be there. Because if somebody is doing very nicely, even in the Vedanti, somebody does nicely, they all numbers are there for me, 50 students, 60 students, 80 students, 100, 200, all these are all there. It's all a part of the game only, I think.
You will be seeing about the popularity which Swamiji talks in the book. in this 10th chapter.
Yeah.
Some Swamis wanted to become popular. And he says that popularity is only time limit. Only for a period he can be a popular. After this all coming in the home study book.
Yes, Swamiji also said, don't work for popularity, work
Don't
for
work for-
clarity.
Exactly. Not for
Yeah.
clarity, not for popularity.
So big house means a lot of maintenance.
More real estate taxes.
Yeah, there you go. So then you'll be happy, right? Makes you happy.
Is that good or
So
bad?
next time envy comes, that's
Making
what we
somebody
have to do.
happy
We
is
pay
also
more
a good
taxes
dharma.
and more.
Not only more taxes, they are actually bringing a lot of people to clean also.
Yeah.
No, there's an ad in a commercial. Owner's pride enables envy.
That was
There
the
was an ad. Owner's pride, the pride again, the pride is ego there. I'm having, you are not having. See, it's all growing part, and then it is all adhyaropa and apavada. Whole life, you superimpose, if I have this, I will be happy, and then we do the apavada. Yeah, without this, we can survive. People are surviving, no? So we think that way. Adhyaropa, apavada. Superimpose, then clear it up. Superimpose and clear it up. Superimpose, everything is Īśvara, apavada, it is not different from me. That's it.
So most of us just have envy, not jealousy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, envy
Because
we have. That
Most
is-
of us don't try to
Yeah,
destroy something.
yeah. No, it should not go to that.
Like Duryodhana.
Yeah, see, that's we have that thing.
Example. Even if it
Even Ravana also had no. He had the.
I mean, jealousy,
Apart,
but
I have a
imagination.
Oh my God.
Needs something to destroy that.
Envy itself Īśvara.
Yep.
Because Krishna said,
Vatsalyam will come there again.
Duryodhana has that quality itself.
But Duryodhana had the first darshan of Vishwarupa before Arjuna. Before Arjuna, he had it. Dude, yep. He wanted to tie and then he gave it up and he didn't recognize it.
They also say you're a magician.
Your magician. Mayavi.
So grace is also important. Very
Yeah,
much
grace
grace.
is also. Tattvartham of Krishna is Brahma only, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mahatattva.
Mahatma.
Yeah.
Only that Tattvam is speaking there in the
Yeah.
Gita.
Gita. That's why I'm
And
seeing.
Vyasa brings the Tattvam
that.
there and he gives that to thing. And
Because when
very
we-
profound.
When Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Sadrukana, Purushartha,
Purushartha.
all
Yeah.
four Purushartha. But in Krishna, it's Mahatattva.
Mahatma, yeah.
Right?
Exactly. A very profound Gita, very profound. At young age, we all used to enjoy this. And we used to hear this, some dramatic also in this, we used to hear that. Why are you worried, Arjuna, like that? So that really touches our heart. Don't we think, oh, we should also not get worried.
Now we used to hear to Balakrishna Shastrigal, one person who was doing a discourse. He used to talk in Tamil.
He used to act both as
Both
Krishna and
Krishna and
Arjuna in the
Arjuna.
Pravachanam.
He used to talk in Tamil. என்ன அர்ஜுனா நான் உங்ககிட்ட என்ன சொல்றேன் நீ செய்யற பாவத்தெல்லாம் எங்கிட்டயே கொடுத்துருந்தானே
Karma,
சொல்றேன்
நீ செய்யும் whatever you do, hand it over to me. That only I am asking. No. For people who know Tamil, no, it's nice. That's what he was telling. It's very. We all, when we look, Gita is enough. Gita is enough. It's like the Sara of the Shruti. It's a moksha shastra. It's not management as people think back in India. It is not. People think that way, but then maybe you can draw, you can squeeze and draw from that, but it's a moksha shastra. Moksha shastra, freedom from all limitations. Freedom from all limitations. Life is all hurdles, no? All ups and downs, and Gita helps.
but you need a teacher to unfold that.
That is the Guru has to
Very beautifully unfolded
And
by Swamiji.
And the Guru,
That is why we are
that,
here like this.
The teacher also should have studied with the teacher, and that teacher like that, no test that comes in there. we can discover ourselves. We can discover that what is there is not correct in me. As Swami TV says, you have to explore yourself and see it can be done. Then after discovering, you need some support to make it more, that fire has to be kindled there, to become it more of your own. So that the Shastra and the Guru comes in that.
Like
That
Rasagula.
systematic study comes in that. That systematic study
Yeah.
comes in that.
On
the same note, Swamina, lack is the cause of envy, is what I feel.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
that lack, till that is achieved, right? Probably we lack one, maybe for me, the priority maybe 1, 2, 3. I can achieve one, then other thing may look big, I'm lacking there. But this is not the way we are thinking. Yeah, envy is okay. That may, from the Vedanta aspect, okay, that's okay. He is blessed, I'm not blessed, whatever. We are calming, but still the thoughts are popping up, right? That is not right. And what is the way to handle it? Like to completely get rid of it?
Keep exposing to the Shastra, ma.
More
Unless
and
you,
more.
yeah, unless you understand the Swarupa there, you can keep exposing to the Shastra there. You cannot give a offhand, a tablet to say if you take this will not be there. Keep exposing to the Shastra, to the study. That will help you. See, what I did not have at the age of 7, I cannot have it now. We cannot have it now. That understanding has to come. If it comes, then that comes in now. Even this time, I think he was also telling, we all go for this because we were denied in our young age, he said. Swami TV was telling, we were denied at the young age. So we were trying to do these things, he said, because we were denied. That is the lack that. Why we were denied? Because the situation was like that. The where I was reared, the raising was like that. These days, the children have more freedom. Did we all have that freedom? Even we have to listen to our parents, right? We have to listen to our parents, right? We cannot now. I lacked it. No, we cannot. I lacked it. I cannot because it is. It's like telling no. I studied under the street light. You also should study. No, he studied okay, but I provide him more. That's all. Everybody is envy of that Ambani marriage, right? Everybody was envious because so much.
No, they are
lavish.
too high. We don't
Yeah, the way that I saw that was, okay, it's also about the how to spend.
And they say it is only 1% of
Even somebody has that much
3% they
money,
have
okay,
spent.
how can you really spend like this, right? They have that knowledge, to spend something like this. But yeah, nobody should be following that. But the point is,
But then some were telling that other people could get income by that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
economic
take
way
Islam,
of-
all those people,
Yeah.
take on it.
Yeah,
Steve
they-
Jobs was
Yeah, they are again looking back.
go positive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Positive.
No, it is true. No, I was actually
So
thinking
many
like that.
people,
they-
dancers, singers.
into the economy.
No, it's not about the economy. They were
So
thinking.
that lack is that, right? We cannot be like lack, no?
Everybody, yeah.
No, I think in the Ambani situation, I think it's I don't know whether it is true or not. The wife, the Ambani's that person, she came from a very humble family. But she got into, okay, then Ambani, basically, it is not that she came from like a very rich family. So that lack, when it was denied, probably at that time,
So
maybe
she
now
got
I
the-
have the money, so let me spend.
Let me spend.
Maybe this is my thinking, okay? But
If a lack can be achieved, we can do it also. It can, if the time and situation are there, you can fulfill that also. Can fulfill that also. Yeah. If it is there.
But it is like kind of the human mind.
Yeah.
I know, like this is achieved, then what I'm lacking this. Like
Yeah.
that's where like we have to, as you rightly said,
Listen, it will come over. Every one of us are like that. No, we had a lack and then we have to work on it, and then we understand the whole you become vulnerable. When you're like this, no, you become vulnerable. So you have to you have to take that lack, how it works out. Lack, no, we don't have anything, no, so they won't give holiday in the job front. Lack. Otherwise, we can say, cause my child is there, he's not doing, he's having that exam, this exam, you can escape off. So that's a lack there, right? Then whatever that we have to do, because that's a lack there. So we have to accept that. That comes from understanding the Shastra. I'm just giving some small examples. Maybe it will not suit you, but then I'm just telling some small examples. Very difficult to ask leave. Ask, we all know that. Leave. What are you going to take for leave? You have nothing, no. Lack. Lack. Shastra helps you to overcome that. Helps you, and then no, you understand the situation. Go with that. Sometimes you have to go with that.
You laugh it out.
No, that's it, laugh it out.
Yeah.
Okay. But that Gita helps. Gita helps. Karmanyevadika raste. Gita helps. Gita always at the back. When we came here for the first time, they said, now it will be winter, 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 and then summer will come. He said, Sitosna Sukha Dukkeshu Agama Payino Anityaha. We said, enough Gita you have, they said. So look, bring Gita there at that time. That's the thing. Sanchalam hi mana Krishna. My mind is in Sanchala. Okay, let me do what about it. Bring Gita in that every day, moment, then Krishna will bless you. The Shastra will bless. Hitaishana, no? She is Hitaishana. Equal to 1,000 mothers. Shruti is equal to 1,000 brothers. Your mother is always loving. Mother means loving. Father is protective. Pati is protection. Mother is loving. Sometimes children take the things done through mother only, right? Sometimes.
Sometimes through father. because
Sometimes
it's easier to
it's
get
easier
things
to
done
get
by
it.
father.
It's all two-way things.
Give it to the girl, baby. Get through father.
Mother is she Taishna. So anything you lack, she'll make you to get it. Shruti, she'll help you to see that you don't lack. You are already full and complete. That is why she declares, no, you are already full and complete. No, you don't lack anything.
That accept.
Raymond's example.
Complete man. Swamiji brings it.
Swamiji used to
Swamiji
say
brings
that.
it. You are a complete man, not Raymond, he'll say.
Without Raymond.
Without Raymond, you are complete.
Some concept. In Samkhya, there is the concept of Prakriti and Purusha.
Okay.
Was they in any way related to Advaita Vedanta?
No. They are more on that Prakriti and Purusha.
So there is no God? How is that? Purusha is the same as
Purusha
God.
is the same as the Prakriti. Yeah.
But the Purusha is same as Atma as defined in Advaita? No.
No.
So what is the Purusha then?
Virat. Prakriti and Purusha. You're talking about the Sankhya philosophy,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That is Dvaita.
Dvaita. Samkhya is Dvaita.
Dvaita.
Yeah, they stay with the Dvaita.
They stay with Dvaita. They stay with Dvaita. They stay with Dvaita.
They stay.
They stay with that.
So if it is Dvaita, then Paramatma and Jivatma.
Yeah.
Separate.
Forever.
Ever.
What we are doing now, I am the Jivatma, he is the Paramatma.
Paramatma.
So
Yeah.
join the Paramatma, Jiva Paramatma.
It's Dvaita.
That's the Sankhya.
But for them, they don't want to become this. They have a statement like this. They don't want to become a sugar. They wanted to taste the sugar. So that's it. That's kind of Dvaita. It's a Dvaita. It's a Dvaita philosophy.
Dvaita.
Dvaita.
So if that is the concept of Dvaita, what is enlightenment?
For them is I am Īśvara. Then after my days have come, I'll go and join with I'm a Jiva. I'm a Jiva. I'll go and join with the Īśvara.
Joining.
Yeah.
So if it is joining, that is Aikyata. Right?
Aikyata.
But just now you said.
No, the Aikyata is not here now. We said that Advaita is here and now. Advaita is here and now. I don't wait for a further result. But that further result, we don't know whether we will join there or we'll come back. We don't know that. But here, when we understand that you are the Akarta there, that Akartutvam will maybe one more Janma, that's it. That's what we see in Ishvara, only one more, not even one Janma. You are just done. All your Sanchita karma are burnt because you know that you are not the Karta. So that means there is no bija to take a life. But for them, it is like going and in that Brahmaloka, which is we don't know. We don't know. There is no proof. But for Jivan Muktas, we have proof here. A lot of proofs are there.
So if you are a Dvaitin, there is no Jivan Mukti.
Yeah, Advaita. Yeah, you have to come to Dvaita.
No,
No, Dvaita has no Jivan Muktis.
there's no Jivan Mukti, but in Advaita there is.
There is. That's it.
Anybody has any question?
Shall we go through the 10th chapter?
No, one question that I want to ask. So now it comes to the lack.
Oh, yeah.
So the lack
Lack
is
not LAKH,
not
right?
LAKH. Bad lack will never get achieved. The lack, okay, in studying the Shastra, if you whatever the vigor that you initially have, but okay, come to know, and then let's say you start in chapter 1 of Gita, and now you are in chapter 10 of Gita, right? And now you just the lack is okay. If that is getting reduced, means that lack is there. Okay, what do we need to do?
Are you talking about lack or enthusiasm?
LACK, lack. I lack
Yeah,
this.
I'm just asking.
Lacking then both are true. The thing is that enthusiasm to study the Shastra,
Yes.
okay, the way that we used to, okay, study, let's say that earlier, there was some comparison we can make it, right? Okay, so this is interesting. So now I wanted to learn this. But now, okay, fine, I keep hearing the same thing. That's good. But then you just lack. It is there.
Oh, the lack of interest comes in,
Lack of interest.
comes down.
Comes down. If that comes down, okay, I don't know whether is it common in anybody's, okay, the jnanasus, okay, the life. Is it common? Or if that comes, okay, what would be the remedy?
All of us have felt that it is a repetitive, right? How long you're going to tell about Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, it keeps on coming, right? Somebody read a book and then say it's so much of very repetitive. The repetition is only for clarity, okay? If the interest goes down, I think let them go and then come back. They will come back. All of us have done that, right? We take a detour and then come back. Don't we do that? We start at one point and then it gets bored. What is this boring? They told Swamiji, what Swamiji are talking about consciousness, Brahma, 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 it is boring. Why don't you talk some psychology? So he picked up psychology and he was talking. People enjoyed it. People enjoyed that psychology there. He said, Vedanta has, psychology sees a problem, but Vedanta sees no problem. He started, so like that, no, you have to change the system also. If you feel that the Bhagavad Gita is doing flow, same thing, no, take a Tattva Bodha and do. Or take an Atma Bodha and do. You can change the text. So that can be done if you give the lack of interest. See, even Viveka Chudamani, basic things you can see that way. So that will, if it is always this, then it's, if you feel that lack, as he said, the interest can
But I think
change.
it's
All of us have it. Some may drop totally and go. Some may drop. We have seen they
Yep,
drop. They drop. What people came and told very recently, somebody said they were coming so much for decades, and now they don't come. I'm done. It's all enough. I don't get anything out of it, and they go back to the family life. That's it. The sustenance is to be that. That also requires grace. Grace, sustenance. that sustenance.
But from that point of view, Gita is a very good study.
Yeah.
Because it never talks
Because
about,
yeah.
because it just moves.
Yeah,
okay,
it moves.
Right? So
Then it touches your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
It touches your day-to-day life. Everywhere, no, it touches. Krodha is there, Kama is there, everything comes in there. And you know, when you get angry, you know, oh, I should not know that Kama, Krodha, Yesha, Rajoguna comes in your mind. So let me handle it, you take it back. So that shows, no, as Ramadhavananda says, the frequency comes down. The intensity and frequency comes down, you will see that. Is there, am I making it clear about
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shall we do chanting?
Yeah.
We thought we'll do the chanting.
That is. Do you want to say and we want to
No, we all will join
Join
together
together.
and do. We all know, right? Yeah. We all have studied for the Gita Jayanti day, right?
Yeah, 10th chapter.
Everything. Atadashamodhyayah Shri Bhagavanuvacha Bhooya eva mahabhavo Shruno me paramam vachah Yirteham priyamanaya Vakshyami hitakamyaya Name vidussuraganaha Prabhavam namakarshayah Ahamadivya devanam Maharshinam cha sarvashah Yo mamajamanadim cha Veti loka maheshwaram Asammudas samatyeshu Sarvapapai pramuchyate Buddhir jnanasammohah Kshama satyam damashamah Sukham dukkham bhavo bhavah Bhayam cha bhayameva cha Ahimsa samata tushtihi Tapodanam yesho yashah Bhavanti bhava bhutanam Mattayeva pritadvidah Maharshya sapta purve Chatvaro manavastata Madhava manasa jata Yesham lokayima prajaha Yetam vibhutim yogancha Mama yo veti tattvataha Sovikampena yogena Yujyate natra samshayah Aham sarvasya prabhavah Mattas sarvam pravartate Iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhava samanvitaha Madchitta madgata pranaha Bodhayanta param Katayantascha mam nityam Tushyanti cha ramanti cha Tesham satatayuktanam Bhajatam priti purvakam Tadami buddhi yogam tam Yena mamupayanti te Teshamevanukambhartam Aramajnanajam tamaha Nashayamyatmabhavastah Jnanadipena bhasvata Arjuna uvacha Param brahma param dhama Pavitram paramam bhavan Purusham chashvatam divyam Adidevam vibhum Ahustamukshayah sarve Devashi naradastata Asito devalo vyasah Swayam chaiva vranishi me Sarvamedavritam manye Yenmam vadasi keshava
न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिम् विदुर्देवान दानवाः स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानम् वेतत्वं पुरुषोत्तम भूतभावन भूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते वक्तुर्मर्यस्य शेषेण दिव्याह्यात्मविभूतयः याभिर्विभूतिर्व्याप्यतिष्ठसि कथं विद्यामहं योगिन् त्वां सदा परिचिन्तयन् केषु केषु च भावेषु चिन्त्योऽसि भगवन्मया विस्तरेणात्मनो योगम् विभूतिं च जनार्दन भूयः कथय तृप्तिर्हि शृण्वतो नास्ति मे मृतम् श्रीभगवानुवाच हन्त ते कथयिष्यामि दिव्याह्यात्मविभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरु श्रेष्ठ नास्त्यन्तो विस्तरस्य मे गुडाकेश सर्वभूतशयस्थितः अहमादिश्च मध्यं च भूतानामन्त एव च आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः ज्योतिषां रविशं सुमान् मरीचिर्मरुतास्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशि वेदानां सामवेदोऽस्मि देवानामस्मि वासवः इन्द्रियाणां मनश्चास्मि भूतानामस्मि चेतना रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वित्तेषो यक्षरक्षसां वसूनां पावकश्चास्मि मेरुशिखरनामहम् पुरोदसां च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं सेनानीनामहं स्कन्दः सरसामस्मि सागरः महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरमस्यक्षरम् यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः अश्वत्थः सर्ववृक्षाणां देवर्षीणां च नारदः गन्धर्वाणां चित्ररथः सिद्धानां कपिलो मुनिः उच्चैश्रवणसंस्वानां विद्धि मामृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नामभिमम् आयुधानमहं वज्रं धेनुनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः अनन्तश्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसामहं पितॄणामर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहं प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहं मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणां पवनः पवतामस्मि रामः शस्त्रभृतामहं जशानामकरश्चास्मि स्तोत्रसामस्मि जाह्नवी सर्गाणामादिरन्तश्च मध्यं चैवाहमर्जुन अध्यात्मविद्या विद्यानां वादप्रवदतामहम् अक्षराणामकोरस्मि द्वन्द्वः समासिकस्य च अहमेवाक्षयः कालः दाताहं विश्वतो मुखः मृत्युः सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्तिः श्रीवाक् च नारीणाम् स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिः क्षमा बृहत्साम तथा साम्नाम् गायत्री छन्दसामहम् मासानां मार्गशीर्षोऽहम् ऋतूनां कुसुमाकरः द्यूतं चलयतामस्मि चेतस्तेजस्विनामहम् जयोऽसि व्यासयोऽस्मि सत्त्वं सत्त्ववतामहम् ऋषीणां वासुदेवोऽस्मि पाण्डवानां धनञ्जयः मुनीनामप्यहं व्यासः कवीनामशुना कविः दण्डो दमयितामस्मि नीतिरस्मि जिगीषताम् मौनं चैवास्मि गुह्यानां ज्ञानं ज्ञानवतामहम् यच्चापि सर्वभूतानां बीजं तदहमर्जुन न तदस्ति विना यस्यां मया भूतं चराचरम् नार्तोऽस्ति मम दिव्यानां विभूतीनां परन्तप येष भूतेशतः प्रोक्तः विभूतेर्विस्तरो मया यद्यद्विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं श्रीमद्दूषितमेव वा तत्तदेवावगच्छत्वं मम तेजोंशसम्भवम् अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन द्रष्टव्याहमिदं कृष्णम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत् ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे विभूतियोगो नाम दशमोऽध्यायः.
If Krishna would have been there, he will say, Guru Nam Aham Dayanandasmi. So people were telling like that. If Krishna would have been here now, he should have said, among gurus, I am Dayanandasmi. People used to tell that. Just for food. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. We thank Hari and Anu for giving us an opportunity to come to talk to you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can give
You
it to
can
her.
keep it.
You can have it.
I think